I remember moments when I was literally on the floor, feeling that I couldn't do it anymore and I just wanted to give up. What about the ones living in chronic pain? What about those struggling with mental health issues? What about the people who've lost years to grief and emotional pain? These fights are invisible. No trophy, no applause. I know how hard it is. And you are not alone. Hi, my name is Laura. I'm a holistic mentor and a human behavior analyst, and today I want to talk about the silent, invisible battles a lot of people are fighting every day due to physical or mental health issues, illnesses, or emotional pain. And I also share my personal journey and how I learned to heal. We live in a system, in a society that rewards outer success. Things like building a career, having a beautiful home or a nice car, or winning a competition. And don't get me wrong, those things take hard work. You get challenged, pushed to your limits, and got humbled over and over again. But you keep going. You push through. When you reach it, it's visible. It's tangible. People look at it and say, wow, that's impressive. This person is successful. And they are admired and respected. But what about the silent fighters? What about the ones living in chronic pain, trapped in a body that feels like a daily nightmare? What about those struggling with mental health issues, fighting just to get out of bed or do the simplest tasks? What about the people dealing with addiction or eating disorders, showing up and trying to choose a healthier path, even when it feels like the hardest thing in the world? What about the people who've lost years or even decades to grief and emotional pain and invisible battles? The ones who wake up every day, face their deepest darkness, and still put on a smile on their face, pretending that they are okay. These fights are invisible. No trophy, no applause, right? Sometimes the only reward is simply surviving. If you feel like you are one of these silent fighters, I just want to say that I know how hard it is. And I hope you know that you are not alone. I've spent years dealing with chronic pain and physical illnesses alongside depression, anxiety attacks, insomnia, OCD, addiction, and this just constant feeling of existential heaviness due to traumas. It affected every area of my life. I got separated physically, socially, emotionally. I couldn't move forward in life. I couldn't build anything. Most of my energies went to simply surviving and trying to heal. There were times when even the most basic things like eating or having a shower or getting out of bed felt incredibly difficult and hard. I remember moments when I was literally on the floor, feeling that I couldn't do it anymore and I just wanted to give up. But slowly things started to change because I began learning how to work with my body and with my system instead of against it. I learned how to support it and how to listen to it. And little by little, I started to heal. One of the most important things that I've learned during this journey was to see myself holistically, so see myself as a whole. Not just focusing on the physical symptoms, but also seeing my mental, emotional, and spiritual state. I started recognizing patterns in my mind, like the mental blockages, the limiting beliefs, the automatic coping mechanisms, and conditioning running quietly in the background. And I've also learned to create space for my emotions and how to process trauma and also how to work through heavy feelings that had been suppressed and stored in my body for years. At the same time, I started to deepen my spiritual journey, which meant reconnecting with who I truly am underneath all these noise and roles and conditioning, finding my foundation and slowly finding my direction as well. Now, years later, after many transformations, I can say that I am standing on solid ground again. And I don't say that I don't have any issues anymore, of course, but I am healthy and I am stronger than I've ever been. And I have energy to live, to create, to pursue what I love. I got my spark back and I feel genuinely happy, which honestly felt so unfamiliar at first after years of constant heaviness. I'm not the same person I used to be. I am more resilient, stronger, more confident, but also I'm softer, more compassionate, more loving and accepting towards myself. I feel like myself, maybe for the first time in my life. And through all this journey, I gained a lot of tools and insights and experiences alongside my studies in psychology and my work as a holistic mentor. And I am here to share these with you, to support you, especially if you are one of these silent fighters. So if you are in a place right now where things feel heavy or even hopeless, I just want to say that I'm really proud of you. You've come so far, even if it doesn't feel like it, and things can get better. So I've created a small 3-part video series to support you on this journey. The next 2 videos will be uploaded in the upcoming days. One of them is going to be a soothing visualization meditation, and the other will include some gentle healing affirmations for the nervous system. If that resonates, then please stay tuned. Thank you so much for being here and watching this video. I hope you liked it, and if you like to see more content like this, then please like and subscribe. If you have any requests on what type of video you would find helpful, then please let me know in the comments. Take care of yourself. You are doing so much better than you think, and see you in the next one. Bye.